Hi everybody, Eliza here, survivor advocate for those affected by human trafficking. Thank you so much to Victims Refuse Silence for giving me the opportunity to speak today. My first video was on survivor aftercare, so if that's something that you're interested in getting involved in, or if you just want to figure out how to help survivors, my first video will explain a little bit more on how you can help to do that. Now please donate to Victims Refuse Silence. As we know, everything costs money, right? So if you have a little extra change sitting around, please think about donating. So far, Victims Refuse Silence has been completely self-funded. So that's very important. In fact, I know that even the raffle prizes today cost quite a bit of money. So go ahead, think about getting in that raffle and think about donating. And if for some reason you can't donate, watch my first video and you can find out other ways to get involved in the survivor space. So this video today, I'm going to talk to you about social media. Social media is probably one of our biggest threats, not only to the youth, but to the survivor space. And I first and foremost want to let parents and anyone watching this video know, please get educated on how traffickers and abusers and pedophiles actually manipulate and groom folks online. You know, this is something that isn't often talked about, but needs to be researched and spoken about at length all the time, because these abusers are figuring out how to reach your kids really well. They're very manipulative, and it's because of the lockdowns and things like that. Children and the youth are on their phone more than ever. They're on their computer more than ever. They're on their phone more than ever. And abusers know how to talk to your kids, and they will get them to do things that would be considered trafficking without even leaving the safety of their own home. So what that looks like is an abuser will pretend to be someone their age or someone maybe slightly older and start conversations with them, figure out your child's vulnerabilities, and get them to send them images or videos that would be considered inappropriate and child sexual exploitation material. Also, one thing as an advocate I see is folks pretending that they want to help in the survivor movement or the survivor space with nefarious agendas. So you can do with that as you will, but I firmly believe that anybody that's helping this in the survivor space should be very thoroughly vetted, because we have a lot of nefarious players that just want to be close to victims and survivors. So that is one thing. On a personal note, I have had my rounds with Twitter. As a lot of you folks know, I absolutely love Twitter. In 2020, I have considered Twitter to be my canvas. It has moved me forward not only personally, but professionally, and it's given me an opportunity to have access to a lot of survivors, and I love that. I've had the opportunity to connect with so many survivors through Twitter, so that has been amazing. But there's a dark side to Twitter. Twitter is allowing child sexual exploitation material and human trafficking to live on their platform. Twitter is not alone. A lot of social media platforms are allowing child exploitation and sexual exploitation material to live on their platform. On a personal note, my former traffickers had made a Twitter profile with my name, likeness, and videos and pictures of me. And I still to this day do not know how my old traffickers were using this platform to their benefit. And this is nothing new. This is an MO of my former abusers, and they made a lot of dating profiles and other social media platforms that I was unaware of until recently. Within the last few years. So slowly but surely, we've been taking some of that down. But Twitter, unfortunately, this year, when I reported the profile, they left it up for 3.5 months before taking it down. So that is one area that not only do advocates, but survivors and victims face abuse, is by their traffickers and abusers making profiles without their consent. Oof, a bug. It's true. And then Twitter is not really allowing it to. I can't believe I just had the thing with the bug. I live in the country, so it happens, right? So Yeah, so needless to say, that is one area that I am also focusing on. My primary focus as a survivor advocate is on survivor aftercare, but once I became aware of the problems through social media, I started making it an effort to tackle that problem head on. So if this is something that you're interested in, and if you believe that this is something that shouldn't be on your social media platforms and other platforms that you're using, definitely connect with me through Twitter. My Twitter is at Eliza Bleu, at ELIZABLEU. The truth is that in the United States, it does violate laws that are in place to allow this material to stay active on the platforms. And I truly feel like 2020 is the year that we should be holding the platforms that we use accountable. So I hope that I gave you a little bit of information today. And if you are enjoying this content, and if you don't have a Twitter or social media, I am sure you will see me back here collaborating with Victims Refuse Silence, because nothing brings my heart more joy than collaborating with my fellow survivors. So thank you so much. I hope that everybody's having a great day and a great year.